Om Shanti, 16th December, English MURLI. Sweet children, each of you has to look after your own lamp yourself. You definitely need the oil of knowledge and yoga in order to stay safely alight in any storm. Question: which effort enables you to receive an incognito inheritance from the incognito father? Answer: being introverted. By remaining in silence and remembering the Father, you will receive an incognito inheritance. It is very good if you shed your body in remembrance. There is no difficulty in this. Along with remembrance, you have to serve with knowledge and yoga. If you cannot do this, then do karma yoga. You receive blessings if you make many people happy. Your words and behavior have to be completely pure. Song: this is a battle between the strong and the weak. Om Shanti. Baba has explained that whenever you listen to such songs, each of you should churn the ocean of knowledge for yourself. You children know that when someone dies, a lamp is kept alight for 12 days for that soul. You are making preparations to die, and you are also making effort to keep your own lamps alight. It is those who are not to become threaded in the rosary who make this effort. The subjects do not become part of this rosary. You have to make effort to go ahead in the rosary of victory. You have to take care that Maya, the cat, doesn't make you perform sinful actions which would extinguish your lamp. You need both the power of knowledge and the power of yoga for this. Together with yoga, you must also have knowledge. Each of you has to look after your own lamp. You must make effort until the end. While you are racing, you have to take care that your lamp doesn't flicker and go out. This is why you have to add the oil of knowledge and yoga every day. If you have no energy of the power of yoga, you wouldn't be able to run and would thus get left behind. There are different subjects in schools, and if someone is not good at a particular subject, he puts in a lot more efforts in maths, another subject. The same applies here. The subject of physical service is also very good. You receive blessings from many through this. Some children serve with knowledge. Day by day, service will continue to increase. One owner can have 6 to 8 shops, but not all the shops can run in the same way. Some have fewer customers and others more. The day will come when you too won't have time to sleep at night. Everyone will come to know that Baba, the ocean of knowledge, has come to fill their aprons with the imperishable jewels of knowledge. At that time, so many children will come. Don't even ask. When there is a shop that sells very good things at a cheap price, people tell one another. You children know that these teachings of Raj Yoga are very easy to understand. When everyone comes to know that they can receive the jewels of knowledge here, they will continue to come. Continue to do service with knowledge and yoga. If you can't serve with knowledge or yoga, you can earn marks by doing physical service. You will receive blessings from many. You have to give happiness to others. This is a very inexpensive mine. This is a mine of imperishable diamonds and jewels. They make a rosary of 8 jewels and worship it, but they don't know whom that rosary represents. You children understand how you become worthy of worship and how you become worshippers. This knowledge, which no one else in the world knows, is so wonderful. You children, you lucky stars, now have the faith that you were the masters of heaven and that you have now become the masters of hell. When you become the masters of heaven, you will take rebirth there. You are now once again becoming the masters of heaven. Only you Brahmins know about this confluence age. The rest of the world is in the Iron Age. All the ages are different. When you are in the Golden Age, you will take rebirth in the Golden Age. You are now in the Confluence Age. If any of you leave your bodies, you would take rebirth here according to your sanskars. You Brahmins belong to the Confluence Age. Those Shudras belong to the Iron Age. You receive this knowledge at this Confluence Age. You Brahmakumars and Brahmakumaris are the Ganges of knowledge who are now at the confluence in a practical way. You have to run a race and look after a shop. You cannot look after a shop if you haven't imbibed knowledge and yoga. Baba will give you the return of the service you do. When a sacrificial fire is created, many types of Brahmins go there. Some are given large donations and others are given less. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, has now created this sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra. We are Brahmins, and it is our business to transform human beings into deities. At no other sacrificial fire would it be said that they are becoming deities from human beings. This is called the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra, and it is also called a place of study, Pathshala. Every child can attain a deity status by studying this knowledge and yoga. Baba has advised you that you have come here from the supreme abode with Baba. You also say that you are the residents of the supreme abode. At this time, you are establishing heaven by following Baba's directions. Those who establish that world will definitely become the masters of it. You understand that you are the most lucky stars in the world, those who are the sun of knowledge, the moon of knowledge, and the stars of knowledge. The ocean of knowledge enables us to become this. That sun, moon, and stars are physical, and we are compared to them. We will then become the sun of knowledge, the moon of knowledge, and the stars of knowledge. It is the ocean of knowledge who is making us those. These names would definitely be given to us. We are the children of the sun of knowledge, who is also called the ocean of knowledge. He doesn't reside here. Baba says, I come and make you equal to myself. It is here that you have to become the sun of knowledge and the stars of knowledge. You understand that you will again definitely become the masters of heaven here in the future. Everything depends on effort. We are the warriors who gain victory over Maya. Those people endure a lot of hardship in order to control the mind. You don't have to do Hatha Yoga. Baba says you don't have to experience any hardship. I simply say you have to come to me, and you therefore just have to remember me. I have come to take you children back home. No human being would say this. Even if some of them do have themselves called Ishwar, God, they wouldn't call themselves the guide. Baba says, I am the main guide. I am the death of all deaths. There is a story about Satyavan Savitri. Because she had love for a physical being, she experienced sorrow. You souls become happy knowing that I will take you souls back home and that you will never become unhappy. You understand that your Baba has come in order to take you back to your sweet home. That home is called the place of liberation, the place beyond sound. It is said that I am the death of all deaths. That death only takes one soul, whereas I am the great death. It was 5,000 years ago too, when I became the guide and took everyone back home. This bridegroom takes all of you brides back home, and so you have to remember him. You understand that you are now studying and that you will come here again. First, you have to go back to your sweet home, and then you come down here again. You children are the stars of heaven. Previously, you were the stars of hell. You children are called stars. You are called lucky stars. Number-wise, according to the effort you make, you receive your grandfather's property. This is a very powerful mind. However, this mind only emerges once. There are many other types of mind that continue to merge. If you were to search for them, you would find many. You only find this mind of the imperishable jewels of knowledge once. There are many books, but they wouldn't be called jewels. Baba is called the ocean of knowledge. This is the incorporeal mind of the imperishable jewels of knowledge. Our aprons are being filled with these jewels. You children should experience happiness. You should all have the spiritual pride of this. A shop that does a lot of business becomes well known. You have to create subjects as well as heirs. You have to fill your aprons here with these jewels and then go and donate them to others. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is the ocean of knowledge, and He is filling your aprons with jewels of knowledge. It is not the ocean that they have portrayed with deities being offered plate full of jewels. You cannot receive jewels from that ocean. Is it a question of the jewels of knowledge? According to the drama, you will again take jewels from these minds. When you go under the path of devotion again, there will be limitless diamonds and jewels with which you will build your temples. When earthquakes takes place, everything is buried. Many palaces will be built there, not just one. Here too, the rulers have many competitions with one another. Therefore, you children understand that the buildings will be made exactly as they were a cycle ago. Buildings are built there very easily. Science will give a great deal of help, but the word science wouldn't exist there. In Hindi, the word science is called Vigyan. Nowadays, the name Vigyan Bhavan is used. The word Vigyan applies to knowledge. Gyan and Yoga together are called Vigyan. We receive jewels through knowledge and we become ever healthy through Yoga. This is the knowledge of Gyan and Yoga, with which many huge buildings will later be built in paradise. We have now come to know the whole knowledge. You understand that you are making Bharat into heaven. You must no longer have any attachment to your bodies. You souls will have to shed your bodies and go to heaven, where you will take new bodies. When you are there, you will also understand. When you are to shed your body and take a new one, there is no shock or sorrow. It is good to take a new body. Baba is making us the same as He did in the previous cycle. We are becoming deities from human beings. There were definitely the same innumerable religions a cycle ago as there are now. These things are not written in that Gita. It is said through Brahma. There is the establishment of the original eternal deity religion. You can explain how the destruction of all the innumerable religions takes place. Establishment is now taking place. Baba came when the deity religion had completely disappeared. Therefore, how could that have continued from time immemorial? These are very easy things. What was destroyed? All the innumerable religions. There are now innumerable religions. It is now the end. You should have all of these knowledge in your intellect. It is not that only Shiv Baba explains. Does this Baba not explain anything? He too has his part to play. The Srimad of Brahma too has been remembered. You wouldn't say that Krishna gave Srimad. Everyone there is Shri, elevated, and so they have no need for directions. It is here that you receive Brahma's directions. There, the directions of all, the king, the queen, and the subjects, will be elevated. Surely, someone must have given those to them previously. Deities are the ones who had been given elevated instructions. It is through Srimad that heaven is created, and it is through the devil's directions that hell is created. Shiva gives you Srimad. These things are very easy to understand. All of these shops belong to Shiv Baba, and you are the children who run them. Those who run the shop, well, have their names glorified, just as in other business. However, only very few can do this business. All of you should be doing this business. Even little children can do the business of knowledge and yoga. Just keep the land of peace and the land of happiness in your intellects. Those people say, Rama, Rama. Here you have to remain silent and have remembrance. There's no need to say anything. The land of Vishnu and the land of Shiva are very easy things to understand. Remember your sweet home and your sweet kingdom. They give physical mantras, whereas this is a subtle mantra. This remembrance is extremely subtle. By having this remembrance, we become the masters of heaven. You don't have to chant any mantras, but simply have remembrance. You don't have to make any noise. We attain our incognito inheritance from the incognito Father by becoming introverted and remaining silent. It is very good to shade the body while staying in this remembrance. There is no difficulty in this at all. Those who cannot stay in remembrance should practice this. Tell everyone that Baba says, remember me, and your final thought will lead you to your destination. It is through this remembrance that your sins will be absolved, and I will send you to heaven. It is very easy to connect your intellect's yoga to Shiv Baba. Here, you have to take all precautions. If you want to become completely pure, Sattva Pradhan, your behavior should be pure, and your words and everything else should be pure. This means you talking to yourself. When you speak to your companions, you must do so with love. There is a song, O beloved, always speak invaluable words. You are Rupasant Yogi, showering jewels of knowledge. You souls become Rup. The Father is the ocean of knowledge. Therefore, He would surely come and speak that knowledge. He says, I only come once and adopt a body. This magic is no less. Baba is also Rupasant. However, the incorporeal cannot speak, which is why he takes a body. But he does not come into the cycle of birth and death. You souls take birth and rebirth. You children surrender yourselves to the Father. Therefore, Baba says, you should have no attachment to anything. Do not consider anything to be yours. Baba creates clever ways for you to finish attachment. You have to ask the Father at every step. Maya, such that she punches you. It is completely like boxing. Many get hurt, but that get up again. They even write, Baba, Maya slapped me and dirtied my face. It is as though they fall from the 4th floor. If you have anger, that is like falling from the 3rd floor. These things have to be understood. Just look, some children are asking for tips. They ask Baba to send them tips so that they can hear the MURLI accurately. This facility too is being arranged. When many listen to them, many of them will have their intellects opened and many will benefit. When a human being founds a college, he receives a lot of wisdom in his next birth. Baba says, buy a tape recorder and many others will benefit from that. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father Bab Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. First point. In order to become Sattva Pradhan, You have to take a lot of precautions. Keep your food, drink, words, behavior, and everything else very pure. Become rupasant like the Father. Second point, fill your apron with imperishable jewels of knowledge from the incorporeal mind and remain in limitless happiness and continue to donate these jewels to others. Blessing, may you be a constant yogi who, as a karma yogi, makes your every thought, word, and deed elevated. Description, every deed of a karma yogi soul would be yog-yukt and yukti-yukt. If any deed is not yukti-yukt, you can understand that you are not yog-yukt. If your actions are ordinary or wasteful, you would not then be said to be a constant yogi. A karma yogi means that your every second, every thought, and every word would be constantly elevated. The sign of elevated actions is that you yourself would be content and that others too would be content. Such souls become constant yogis. Slogan, those who are loved by themselves, loved by people, and loved by God are the images that grant blessings. Om Shanti.